The so-called biggest signing in Scottish football history might just be the biggest disappointment in football history, as Aaron Ramsey's missed penalty in the penalty shootout between Rangers and Eintracht Frankfurt. Get it right. Don't like pronouncing German names, but here, I got it right. And I need to get it right because they're the winners, so let's put some respect on their name. Frankfurt have beaten Rangers 5-4 on penalties. All the Frankfurt penalties were great. I don't think McGregor even got near touching one, especially the one from Kamada and off the post. I mean, it was a great penalty. Who knows? Maybe Ange is watching this game and he's been praying for Rangers to lose and he's seen a Jap and he's thinking, I'll take him, since that seems to be up his market. But yeah, the Rangers penalties were good too. Let's not take too much away for Rangers here. All the penalties were decent, apart from the one that matters, and that is the one from Aaron Ramsey. But we'll get more into that in a minute. We'll talk about the full game overall. I mean, this wasn't a great game. It wasn't a great final. Right? Let no one kid you on that it was. I mean, it was pretty shit. First half, Rangers didn't turn up. Barely had any chances. I think someone had a shot from distance that was decent, but apart from that, not a lot happened. Frankfurt started well. Joe Aribo. Frankfurt started well, but the problem with Frankfurt is that the longer the game went on, the worse they got. They started lively. You looked at the first 10 minutes and you thought Rangers are in trouble. You know, Frankfurt were looking dangerous, but the longer the match went on, Frankfurt started to look not as good. We get into half-time. We come out second half, and Rangers actually score against the run of play. So Rangers take the 1-0 lead, and for the period where Rangers won, there was like a 5-minute period where Rangers actually looked good, and Frankfurt, you thought the game might be, not beyond them, but you thought maybe Frankfurt were losing it. You thought, you know, they look second best here, but something changed, and Frankfurt then again began to up the gears. They were passing the ball, moving the ball around quicker. But again, they had some chances, but they never really created anything clear-cut. There was a good opportunity for another one of their Japanese stars after Connor Goldson trying to play a pass out from the back. Lost the ball, gave the ball straight away. Guy was played through it. He tries to chip McGregor, in my opinion, the wrong move, and he put it onto the top of the bar. So I mean, that was Goldson's first fuck up. That was almost inexcusable what he done there. I mean, passing the ball away on the edge of his own box when you're 1-0 up in the Europa League final. That's not something you can do, but something you definitely can't do is what he done for the equaliser. A cross comes in from the left-hand side. Tavernier he's the first man really that can deal with the cross, but the ball's nowhere near him, so at the same time there's not a lot he can do. But Goldson was surely close enough to at least get something on this, at least try and get something on this, but Goldson for some reason decided just to stand there and watch the ball. I'm not too sure if he was assuming that Bassey was going to deal with the problem, but in fact Bassey didn't deal with the problem. He was beaten by his man, and the ball was met by the Frankfurt striker, and he put it in the back of the net, and it was disappointing because it was such a fucking stupid goal to concede. Like, I mean, this was, if you conceded this goal in FIFA, you would probably put your fist through the TV. That's FIFA. That's a game. That's how bad this goal was. A goal from absolutely nothing. A fucking throw in from the wide area. Throws it, passes it, dead ball, crosses it in, and into the 6-yard box. And how can a Frankfurt player be unmarked in the 6-yard box and get free contact on the ball? It makes no sense. So yeah, Bassey was outdone, I guess. Bassey was beaten by his man. Goldson did fuck all, let the ball run through him. And maybe you can argue, can McGregor maybe run out, or is McGregor relying on his defenders to help him? I don't know.
I think you've got to argue about that. It's almost like Bassey and fucking McGregor in disbelief with what Goldson's done.
Aye. So that's a fair point. Frankfurt, I think, then probably looked the better team for the rest of the 90 minutes. And until probably towards the end, I mean, the end of the 90, the last like 5-10 minutes, Rangers began to come into the game a bit more. But overall, in the 90 minutes, Frankfurt did not deserve to lose the game, right? So Rangers did not deserve to win 1-0 over the 90 minutes. But when they got into extra time, Frankfurt were the second best team. I don't know why, but they were not good in the second half. And it was funny, actually, the longer the match went on, Rangers actually got better. But I don't understand the Gio Fran Bronckhorst, the substitutes, the changes. He waits till 5 minutes from time to bring on Roof and Ramsey. I mean, two players that are game changers, two players that he was pretty much praying they would be available. Two players that most people thought would need to be playing for Rangers to have a chance in this final, and for some reason he decided to wait and bring them on with 5 minutes to go. It was almost like he was settling for the penalty kick shootout, and he was just wanting them to take penalties, and we've seen this backfire. You can even go back to the Euros last year, England against Italy. Gareth Southgate, brings on players purposely just to take the penalties, and look what happened there. In my opinion, it's dumb to bring on players just to take a penalty kick. They're cold, they're not really warmed up. It just doesn't make sense to me. It always backfires. But anyway, they get the penalties. But before we get the penalties, great save from Trapp. I don't know how he's done it, but Rangers had a chance to win the game with 2 minutes to go, and somehow Trapp has pulled off a tremendous save. So yeah, not sure how he done it, but he did do it. And then we get into penalties. Like I said, Frankfurt's 5 penalties were great. The other 4 for Rangers were alright, but it's Aaron Ramsey who more or less goes down the middle, hoping that the keeper would either guess right or guess left, send the keeper the wrong way. But unfortunately for Ramsey, the keeper manages to make the save with his legs, and that was it. That was a difference maker. That is what cost Rangers Europa League final. So, I mean, for me, if you're a quality player, you should always try and beat the keeper. You shouldn't be doing something where it's almost like going down the middle. You're hoping that the keeper, you're more or less putting the penalty in the keeper's hands. And I don't understand that. Going down the middle, you're almost giving the keeper the chance. I don't get it. Why not just try and put it either top corner, right or left? And if you put it in the top corner, the keeper can't do nothing. If you put it in the corner, it's a goal. So I don't really get this where they just focus on getting it on target and try and send the keeper the wrong way. Because if the keeper goes the right way, then he's more likely going to save it. And that's what happened here. So Ramsey, he's probably fuming with himself. He looked gutted after the game. And yeah, I mean, he was this big, massive signing of the season apparently. And it's came back to kind of haunt Rangers here in the final. So yeah, disappointing. Aaron Ramsey will be raging. I cannot see Aaron Ramsey staying at Rangers. But for me, the equaliser for Frankfurt should never have happened in a million years. And you've got to question Gio Van Bronckhorst. It's not just this game, but the entire season. For some reason, in games that Rangers have not been doing well in, he just is... He more or less he's so reluctant. He kind of refuses point blank to make substitutions that need to be made. He constantly waits to the last minute. He constantly waits to 10 minutes from time, and he doesn't give players enough chance to come in and make an impact. And why not bring Ruth and Ramsey on as soon as the 90 minutes ends, and you're giving them the full, you're giving them the full half an hour of extra time to see what they can do. I mean, you bring somebody on with 5 minutes, and seriously, by the time they get warmed up, there's 2 minutes to go, and sometimes they maybe get 1 or 2 touches of the ball, if they're lucky. Because there's not a lot you can do in 5 minutes, so I think Gio has to take a lot of responsibility. But one guy that I am going to say is definitely to blame, the one guy I blame the most for Rangers not winning this final, is Steven Gerrard. And you might say, why am I blaming Steven Gerrard? Not because he left Rangers. No. He can leave Rangers. He can go down south. That's not what cost the Rangers this Europa League final. Fucking Fashion Sakala, one of the worst players I have ever seen. Not just to wear a Rangers shirt, but to play in the Scottish Premiership. This guy is fucking horrendous. Gerrard brought him in as the replacement to Morelos. Well, it's a good job Morelos decided to stick around for one more year. This guy, when they fucking replaced me up front, this guy is absolute pish. And on the odd occasion that he's not caught offside, his end product's fucking garbage. So Fashion Sakala, I would book him a one-way flight back to Belgium, or maybe just leave him in Spain. Although, how far would he need to go down the divisions to actually get a game? If Spain got a 12th division, a 13th division, I don't know, but I mean, he would. Fuck me, the guy is shite, right? He is absolute garbage. He's not a footballer. He's a guy with a bit of pace. He can run fast. If he can run fast, then fucking stick him in the Olympics, but don't stick him up front because he is shit. That is it, guys. Gerrard is to blame, I think. Fashion Scala absolutely sucks. I don't get it.
You know what's the fucking blame? No signing John Suter, because then he could have fucking come in for Goldson. That's
another fair tactic and a fair point as well. So and who knows? Maybe with John Suter in the team, Rangers don't lose the league. I mean, there's some questionable points where Rangers drop points in the league, and you're thinking, would they have dropped those points had they had John Suter? The Ross County game, where they lost 3-3. There was bad defend. I mean, they drew 3-3, bad defending in that. The game against Motherwell, they were 2-0 up. There was some bad defending in that. They 2-0 up at Ibrox and they drew 2-2. Now, I'm not going to drag this video on to talk about the Scottish Premiership and if that decision not signing Suter cost Rangers the league. But, I mean, I think Suter would have been a good option to have tonight. But they didn't have him. What they did have was a shite Connor Goldson and an absolute useless fucker in Fashion Sakala. And I've just watched the Ramsey penalty back, and the more you see it, I mean, it is a garbage penalty. The keeper doesn't even have to work hard to make the save. He dives to the right and he comfortably makes the save with his leg. It was a garbage penalty. Anyway, guys, that is it. Rangers couldn't bring home the title. They couldn't do it for Scotland. But good job, Steve Clarke is a fucking genius, and Scotland will be winning the World Cup this year. So stay tuned for that. We can't win in Europe, but we can certainly win when it matters. If we can win in the world, damn it. Till next time. Peace.